Yo, what's going on guys? Evan Sanaka here, back with another video. In today's video, I'm ranking the top centers in NBA 2K22 My Team on a tier list. As you guys see right now, we have a tier list ranking from S all the way down to D tier. D tier basically meaning I wouldn't recommend running these centers. C tier meaning you can run the center, but I wouldn't recommend running him. B tier is going to be a very solid center in my team. A tier is going to be one of the best centers in my team. And then S tier is going to be the top 5 centers in NBA 2K22 My Team. Before we do get into the video, if you guys are new here, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe down below. I post 3 to 4 My Team videos every single day and give you guys some of the best My Team content on the platform. So further ado, let's get on to the video. Looking at the first center on the list is going to be Dark Matter Artist Gilmore, and I do think he is a top 5 center. I think there's a couple centers that are ahead of him though. I'd probably have him probably at the 3 or 4 range on my top 5 center list, but he definitely deserves to be an S tier. He's a center, 7'2" tall, 7'5" wingspan. 83 ball is decent enough. He's a really good defensive card, 95 block, 92 steal, 98 interior, decently fast for a center, 90 driving dunk, 95 standing dunk. He's got really good defensive Hall of Fame badges, has some pretty good goal playmaking and some pretty good goal shooting badges, really good finishing on Hoff. And then we look at animations. His jump shot actually is pretty good for being a 7'2" center with a 7'5" wingspan and being that good defensively. He's actually not bad on the offensive end. So Artist Gilmore, top 5 center in my opinion. Next center on the list is gonna be Ralph Sampson. I'm gonna have him in B tier for now. He may get moved up to A tier, I'm not really sure, but I think B tier is a fair place for him now. He's basically just Yao Ming, center, 7'4" tall, 7'8" wingspan. And that's pretty much all you're going to get out of him. He's going to be able to mash on the offensive end, and then on the defensive end, he's obviously going to play some really good defense, be a great rebounder as well, have a bunch of good Hall of Fame badges, rim protector, rebound chaser, post lockdown, chase down artist, brick wall. He's even got a Hall of Fame catch and shoot and set shooter, which is really nice, but there's nothing really exceptional about this Ralph Sampson card other than the fact that he's 7'4" tall with a 7'8" wingspan. That's pretty much all he can do, but still a very good center in my opinion. Next center on the list is going to be Galaxy Opal Demarcus Cousins. I think he's very different than a guy like Ralph Sampson, but I do think they're kind of on the same tier in B. Let me know in the comment section down below, what would you guys change about my tier list? Watch the video all the way through, and then let me know what you guys would change about my tier list, what players you guys move around, and also if I don't get a center on this list, let me know. Just comment down a center's name that I didn't show in this video, and I'll give you guys a ranking, you know, a B, a C, an A. Just let me know if I missed any centers on the list. Looking at Boogie though, he is 6'10", 7'5" wingspan. He's got a 93 ball, 90 mid-range, 87 speed, 87 acceleration. He's not really the best on the defensive end, but I think he holds his own. Has Hall of Fame brick wall, interceptor, rebound chaser, but he's a really good offensive center. He's got Hall of Fame catch and shoot, corner specialist, limitless spot up and set shooter. We look at animations, he's got shifty dribble style, which is obviously really good, and he's got a pretty good jump shot for a big man. I would recommend, since he's only 6'10", I would probably rather run him at the power forward position, but I do think he's still a very good center. Next center on the list is going to be Galaxy Opal David Robinson. In my opinion, he's probably the 2nd or 3rd best center in the game right now. I'm a big fan of D-Rob, center, power forward, 7'1", 7'5" wingspan. By now, you guys should know what D-Rob gets into. We've looked at this card a bunch, so we all know what Dave Robinson can do. Really good on the offensive end, plays really good defense, has Hall of Fame quick first step, Hall of Fame brick wall, chase down artist, clamps, interceptor, intimidator, menace. Really good badges overall. He's got 86 ball handle, 89 speed with ball. He's a decent rebounder, good at going to the basket. And we look at animations. In my opinion, he's got the 2nd best big man jump shot in the game. It's a very good lefty jump shot, very easy to green. So I think for most people, you guys will be really good with this Dave Robinson card. Next center on the list is going to be Dark Matter Kembe Mutombo. I'm gonna have him in S tier for now. I think he is a top 5 center in my opinion, but he's gonna probably be 4 or 5, maybe even 6. So I'm gonna have him in S tier for now. He might get moved down, we definitely will see. He's very similar to a guy like Artist Gilmore. They don't have the best jump shots, but are really good on the defensive end. The big flaw to Kembe Mutombo though is a 58 steal, just really isn't the best, but him and Artist Gilmore very similar on the defensive end and very similar on the offensive end with not the best jump shots, but you can definitely green wide open with these cards and they're going to play some really good defense for you. Also, let me just throw Yao Ming up to Ralph Sampson's level because like I said, they're the exact same card, Yao Ming and Ralph Sampson, so they're both going to be in B tier. Next center on the list is going to be Dwight Howard. I'm gonna have him in B tier. I'm really not the biggest fan of Dwight Howard. I just do not like his release, and I find like I can't shoot wide open with him. Now, if you guys are good with Dwight Howard, he's probably an A tier center for you. But for me, like, he's really good defensively, he's really good athletically. A 74 3 ball is a little bit low, but I just cannot green with this Dwight Howard on quick. I feel like when I'm wide open, I'm really liable to miss any shot. So for me, I want to have a center that I feel confident greening wide open with. And there's a lot of centers on the list that I do. Even like a Yao Ming, I feel more confident with Yao Ming than I do with Dwight Howard. So for me, Dwight Howard is going to be in B tier. Next center on the list is going to be Eddie Curry. I do think he's really solid, but you guys got to remember, these are like the top centers in the game, so he's a really good budget option. You can definitely run him, but if we're talking about the best centers in the game, I think he's kind of in C tier. I think Joel Embiid's on that same level as well, maybe even D tier. He's just super outdated at this point, but I know a lot of people still run this card, so I'm gonna say probably low C tier for now. I do think Eddie Curry is a better center. Next center on the list is gonna be Patrick Ewing. He's gonna be our first A tier center. Now, Ewing is actually really good at power forward and at center, which makes him super versatile, but he's a center, 7 foot tall, 7'3" wingspan. He's just a really complete center overall. He's actually got a really good jump shot, surprisingly, because usually Patrick Ewing cards don't get that good of jump shots in my team, but he's actually got a really good jump shot. He's got really good Hall of Fame shooting badges, sniper on Hall of Fame, corner specialist on Hall of Fame, and catch and shoot on Hall of Fame. Defensively, really good hops as well. He's a great rebounder, really good defender, good at going to the basket. He can even handle the ball a little bit. So I think Patrick Ewing is a very good overall center in my team. Next center on the list is gonna be Wilt Chamberlain. And at this point in the year, I'm gonna say he's probably better than Joel Embiid, but I would probably rather Eddie Curry over him. He's just a little bit outdated. If we do get a dark matter Wilt Chamberlain and he has a better jump shot, he could be a top 5 center in the game easily. Just as Galaxy Opal is probably in C tier. This Big Z card, I hate to do it, but he's going to be in D tier. I know there's some people that do like him, but yes, he's very similar to Yao Ming and very similar to Ralph Sampson, being 7'3" tall, 7'6" wingspan, but 69 speed, 50 perimeter defense. He's not the best defender in the world. I'm not the biggest fan of his jump shot, only on normal timing, has big dribble style. For me, like, yes, he's going to be a really good shooter. Like, he's going to be really good in the pick and pop, but for me, can't handle the ball at all. Not a great defender, super slow. For me, not the best hops on defense. Like, for me, I'm gonna say he's a D tier card. I just wouldn't recommend running Big Z. Next card on the list, or next center on the list, is gonna be Jokic. I think for the center position, I think he deserves to be an A tier. I do think he's a better power forward, kind of like Boogie Cousins. I think they're both better power forwards than they are centers, but he's still 6'11", 7'3" wingspan. I know it's like the meme Jokic card, like they dunked over Jokic, but he's actually really solid, like really good Hall of Fame shooting badges, really good Hall of Fame playmaking, has some decent on Hoff, but he's not gonna be the best defender in the world. Obviously, only 70 perimeter defense, 89 block, 88 interior defense is not terrible. He's just gonna be a really good offensive center, 94 speed, 96 3 ball, 86 ball handle, 93 speed with ball. He's gonna move really good on the offensive end, having shifty dribble style with the Kawhi Leonard behind the back, which isn't terrible. And he's got actually a pretty good jump shot on very quick release timing. So if you guys want like a power forward more than a center, he could be a really good power forward. But for the center position, I still do think he is an A tier center. Next center on the list is gonna be Kareem. I think we all know he's a top 5 center. I'll put this in order right now. Right now, the order probably goes something like this for me. This would probably be the order for me right now. Kareem 1, David Robinson 2, Artist 3, and Kembe 4. I think we all know what Kareem gets into. Not really gonna look at him too much. I think Kareem's been out for a while. He's been out since March 18th. I think we know kind of what Kareem does. He's really good on the defensive end, amazing defensive stats, super fast. The only flaw with Kareem, I will say, is his jump shot, 79 3 ball. It is on very quick release timing, but if you're not good with his jump shot, it's gonna be very hard to green with him. Me personally, not the best with Kareem's jump shot. Obviously, I can green wide open pretty consistently, but I feel like in some situations, like if I had to pick David Robinson or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to hit a game-winning wide open 3, I'd pick David Robinson every single day of the week. And I think they give you about the same on the defensive end. Kareem's a little bit better defensively, but I do think Kareem is still a better center than David Robinson. Next center on the list is going to be Kristaps Porzingis, in my opinion, the best center in my team. And for me, I think this might be like a preference base, but for me, I like to have my center be able to shoot really well. And defensively, they can lack a little bit, but Kristaps Porzingis, 7'3" tall, 7'6" wingspan. Defensively, 92 block, 89 tier defense. With him being 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan, I think that's a perfect defense. Like yes, he could be a better defensive center, but I think he's fine on the defensive end. He's got 95 3 ball, so many Hall of Fame shooting badges. pretty good at handling the ball too. Like, I think for a pick and pop, but just for an offensive center, he's got a jump shot, quick timing. He's even got fundamental dribble style, which is obviously pretty decent for a center. He's really fast. I just think Kristaps is the best center in the game for my personal play style. Obviously, there's a bunch of preference that goes into that, but for me, I would say Kristaps is the best center. Marc Gasol kind of on the same level as Wilt Chamberlain, Joel Embiid, Eddie Curry. I'm gonna have him in C tier. Next center on the list is gonna be Shaq, for kind of the same reason as Dwight Howard. I mean, I just can't shoot with the card, and for me, like I was saying about Kristaps, my center's got to be able to shoot really consistently, and Kristaps has the best jump shot for a big man in the game right now. That's a main reason why he's the best center in the game for me personally. But a guy like Shaq is on the same level as Dwight, just because I just can't agree with the card. Yes, he's really good yes, he's really good at mashing. He's good at grabbing rebounds. He plays really good defense, but for me, you got to be able to shoot wide open. Next, the final center on the list is going to be Hakeem Olajuwon. I do think he's another A-tier center, kind of on the same level as Patrick Ewing, kind of on the same level as Jokic and those type of cards. But he's very similar to a guy like Patrick Ewing. They kind of do the same thing, just very complete overall centers. Don't really excel at anything necessarily, him or Patrick Ewing, but just very good overall centers. I think he's got a pretty good jump shot, fundamental dribble style. I like his jump shot more than a guy like, you know, Demarcus Cousins or Yao Ming or Ralph Sampson. So for me, these are the top centers in my team. Let me know in the comment section down below, what would you guys change about my tier list? What players do you guys move up? What players do you guys move down? But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.